I remember you being on the apron. It was like after the 10th or after the 11th round, and you had made mention to Arthur. You said, quick feet. You got to have the quick feet, because of the way that Bivol was moving around. I'm guessing that's something that you guys were trying to hammer home in camp to try to get him into position, get him against the ropes without trying to reach for the jab or things like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted him to have like I said, quick feet. Move his feet. I didn't want him to just walk after him because that's not going to work. You're never going to catch him. You have to change the pace as you're pursuing him. You can't pursue him at the same speed. You have to change the pace so that he tightens up and he exerts a little more energy at the same time, or he gets trapped. So trainers and their fighters, they have different words and slogans and sayings that they can say to each other that people might not realize what it means, but they know they have their own language.
Right. Yeah, I was looking at it, and from my mind, as an outsider, I'm not a guy in there, obviously, or training guys at the world class level like you're involved with them. But one of the things that came to my mind was I was hoping that Arthur was going to be able to use maybe a little bit more feints, right? A little bit more hand feints, a little bit more foot feints, something along those lines, because you can't reach for a guy like Bivol when he's moving like that. And like you said, it's really difficult to try to get inside if you're not using the jab to frame him or pin him down. But I was thinking maybe if he could get some feints in there, he could draw Bivol out and then kind of counter the counter.
Right.
Almost
Yeah.
like
No, that was definitely a plan. We you're always going to work on a lot of different things, and hopefully at least some of them, a majority of them get implemented. And if you're lucky, they all get implemented at some point in the fight. But
right.
it's easy to, if you know what you're looking at, it's easy to tell a guy what he should do. But executing that under that pressure and in those situations when the other guy's trying to execute his thing, that's a hard thing to do. It's not nearly as easy as it sounds.